Hello students, this is Ms. Fatma, teacher of class 2 from the Smart School Sir Syed Ahmad Khan campuses and Gulistane-e-Johar campus. Students, today we are going to learn how to round the numbers to the nearest 10. In this we are going to discuss about two-digit numbers. Okay students, in this we are going to discuss about two-digit numbers. So, our today's topic is rounding to the nearest 10. So students, let's begin with our topic. What is rounding off? Rounding off means to replace a number with another number that is approximately the same as the original number. So, to round off a number to the nearest 10, we have to follow few steps. The first is, first of all, we have to observe, we have to look at the number in the tens place and the number in the units place. So first of all, we need to observe the number, we need to identify whether which number is in tens place and which number is in units place. Then if the number in units place is greater or equals to 5, so if the number that is in the place value of units, if that number is equals to 5 or if that number is greater than 5, then we have to round up the whole number. We have to round the number up. Okay, and then but if the number in units place is less than 5, if the number in units place is less than 5, then we have to round the number down. Then we have to round it down. Let's have a look at few more examples. Let's have a look at few examples to understand this. So student, if let's have a look at the first number, that is 33. First of all, we need to identify the place value of this number. In number 33, 3 will lie under tens and the other 3 will lie under units place. Now students, we have to see whether the number in units place is less than 5, equals to 5 or greater than 5. Now since 3 is less than 5, number 3 which is in units place is less than 5. That means we will round this number down. That means we will move back. We will move back from 33 to 30. We can also understand this and we can also round the number to the nearest 10 with the help of this number line. You all can see the picture of number line at the bottom of this page. We can place any number we want on this number line. Now, in the number 33 will lie somewhere between 30 and 40 in this number line. And 33 will be closer to 30 as compared to 40. So since 33 will be closer to 30, that means it will have less distance from 30. There will be less distance between 30 and 33. So we will round the number 33 to 30. We will round this number down and it will become 30. Let's move on to the next number, that is 40. The place value of 40 is 4 will lie in 48, 4 will lie under tens and 8 will lie under units. So we have to see whether the number in units place is less than 5 or greater than 5. Now since 8 is greater than 5, that means we have to round this number up. So we will move this number, we will move forward and we will move this number from 48 to, we will round this number from 48 to 50. Again, we can understand this with the help of the number line as well. 48 will lie somewhere between 40 and 50 in the number line. And since 48 is more closer to 50 than with 40, you all must be able to understand this, that 48 is more closer than with 50 than with 40. So that means we will make it 50. We will round it up to 50. We will rise it up, we will round it up to 50. So the round, if we round out 48, if we round off 48 to the nearest 10, it will become 50. Now let's have a look at few more examples rounding to the nearest 10. Now here we have a number 12. Let's place this number in the number line. Let's see where will this number lie in the number line. You all can see here that number 12 will lie somewhere between 10 and 20. Number 12 will lie between 10 and 20 in the number line. and number 12 is more closer to number 10. Number 12 is more closer to number 10. That means there is less gap between 10 and 12 than with 12 and 20. That means when we round off 12, we will round it down to 10. So it will become 10. And we can also see that in number 12, the number which is in units place is 2. And since 2 is less than 5, so again that means we will round this number down to 10. So when we round the number 12 to the nearest 10, it will become 10. Next one, round off 34 to the nearest 10. Now here we can see that 34 will lie somewhere between 30 and 40 in the number line. And you can also observe that students, 34 is more closer to 30 than with 40. That means if 34 is closer to 30, that means we will round it down to 30. And also the number in units place here is 4. And 4 is less than 5. That means we have to round it down. So when we round off 34 to the nearest 10, it will become 30. Round off 27 to the nearest 10. Now we will round off 27 again. We will do this with the help of a number line. If we place 27 in the number line, it will lie somewhere between 20 and 30. So 27 is more closer to 30 than with 20. Because 27 is nearer to 30, we will round it up. We will round this number up to 30. So it will become 30. When we round off 27 to the nearest 10, it will become 30. One more example, that is 83. So we have to round off 33 to the nearest 10. Now students, you all can observe that the number that is lying in units place in 83 is 3. Understand students? The number which is in units place in the number 83 is 3, and 3 is less than 5. That means we have to round it down, because we have studied this, we have learned this. If the number is less than 5, we will round it down. And if we place the number 83 in the number line, it will lie somewhere between 80 and 90. So that means we can see on this number line that 83 is closer to 80. Understood? You all can see students that there is less gap between 80 and 83. That means it is closer to 80. That means 83 is closer to 80. So we will round it down to 80. It will become 80. Next number is 57. Now students, again you will observe the units place in 57, that is 7. And 7 is greater than 5. Yes students, 7 is greater than 5, and if the number is more than 5 or greater than 5, what do we have to do? We have to round it up. We have to go up. And if we place 57 in the number line, it will lie somewhere between 50 and 60. And we can see that 57 is closer to 60. So that means that there is less gap between 57 and 60, and there is more gap between 50 and 57. That means 57 is closer to 60. So we will round it up to 60. That means when we round 57 to the nearest 10, it will become 60. It will become 60. Now students, I want all of you, since we have understood this topic, so let's do some practice of it by solving the question from our book. So I want all of you to take out your book, page number 28. After opening page number 28 of your book, we are going to solve question number 1 of the topic rounding off to the nearest 10. So let's move on. Question number 1, round off these numbers to the nearest 10. Let's have a look at the first part of it. The first number that they have given us is 42. Now students, let's place this number in the number line. When we place 42 in the number line, it will lie somewhere between 40 and 50. And since 42 is closer to 40 than with 50, that means we will round it down. We will round it down to 40. And we can also see that the number in units place of 42 is 2, and 2 is less than 5. 2 is less than 5. That means we have to round it down to 40. So when we round off the number 42 to the nearest 10, it will become 40. Let's move on to the next part. Students, write this down in your book. Write down 40 in your book. Let's move on to the next part. The next question is 51. We have to round off 51 to the nearest 10. So students, we all can see, we all have to observe that in 51 the number which is in units place is 1, and 1 is less than 5. 1 is less than 5. That means we have to round it down. And if we place 51 in the number line, 51 will be closer to 50 than 60. That means we will move it down. We will round it down to 50. So the answer will be 50. Here we are going to solve few more parts of this question. The next part is 63. Now students, in 63 we can observe that the number which is in units place is 3, and 3 is less than 5. That means we will round down 63 to 60. So 63 will become 60 when we round it off to the nearest 10. It will become 60. Next one is 75. Now students, in 75 the number 5 is in units place, and since we all know, I have also told this to you, that if the number is equals to 5 or greater than 5. Now here the number is equals to 5, so that means we also have to round it up. Whenever we have the number which is in units place greater than 5 or equals to 5, we have to round it up. So that's why here 75 will be rounded up to 80. So it will become 80. Next part, 28. In 28, the number 8 is in units place, and we have to see whether it's greater than 5 or less than 5. Now since 8 is greater than 5, and if we also place this in number line, it will be closer to 30 than with 20. So that means we will round this up. We will round this number up. So 28 will become 30 when we round it off to the nearest 10. Let's move on to the next part. Next part is 17. So now we have to round off 17 to the nearest tens. Now in number 17, the number 7 is in units place. Now we have to see whether 7 is greater than 5 or less than 5. And we all know that 7 is greater than 5. That means we will round it up. We will move up. So we will move towards the right side, and 17 will become 20. We will round off the number 17 to 20. When we round off 17 to the nearest tens, it will become 20, because 17 will be more closer to 20 than with 10. That means we will make it 20. So students, we have solved few parts of this question 1 on your book, page number 28. So now students, I want all of you to solve the remaining parts of this question number 1 on your book, page number 28. As we all have understood this topic, so now I want all of you to solve the remaining parts. We have solved the 6 parts, the first 6 parts. Now I want you to solve the remaining 6 parts of this question number 1 on page number 28 of your book. So kindly complete this work and submit your work. Thank you.